Welcome everybody. Just starting here today, I'm going to be doing a lesson on the 5 positions of the A minor pentatonic scale. So this will be in the key of C. And these are probably the most critical scales to learn in the beginning for any guitar player who is looking for the quickest path to improvising and soloing. Obviously, I recommend learning the major scale and all 7 modes of the major scale as well. But before we do that, I think it's easier to learn the minor pentatonic scales. Welcome in, everybody. Just going to be doing a quick lesson on the minor pentatonic scale. I will be taking questions at the end, and if you want to see the replay, it will be available when this is finished. Okay, so let's just jump in. I'm not sure how many people we're going to have in here today, and I know that on some platforms it may be hard for you to see, but for the TT crowd, I will shift my screen over to the scale that I'm teaching at the time so that you can see it. I know right now you're just seeing part of my presentation, and obviously elsewhere you can see it full screened. Again, check me out on all the platforms and you'll find the live replay if you want to when this is completed. If you haven't already, please subscribe, follow, click the bell, do all the things. It helps me out. And with that said, I'm just going to jump into the presentation here, teach the lesson on the 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments and I will check them when I'm done. And that's all I've got for now. So let's get rolling here. I'm going to move this out of the way so I'm not distracted there by that. So I'm going to start with the first position. Position 1. Let me just move this here. So just so it's easier, I'm going to move this over here. And I know some of you will not be able to see my face for a little bit. But I'll just leave that there for now because I'm going to be covering position 1 and I want you guys to be able to see that clearly. So position 1 in the key of C, also known as the relative key of A minor. We're going to start with the first scale, the A minor pentatonic scale. We're not going to include any of the blues notes. This will be strictly the 5 notes of the pentatonic in all 5 positions, all 5 positions. So the first one is usually the scale that almost every guitar player learns, and they often will stop with this first position. But there are 5 of them, and I recommend guitar players learn all 5 and practice going up and down each shape and jumping from one shape to the other. So let's start. The first position, position 1, starts on the 5th fret of the low E string, the A minor pentatonic scale. And it's going to go 5, 8, 5, 7. Sorry, let me take that reverb off of there. It's going to go 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Sorry, I just wanted to get a better tone on my guitar. I'm usually set up to play acoustic, so I was on my my acoustic preset. And hello over there. I see you guys. I'm still covering position 1 here, so let me try that again. Position 1 is going to start on the 5th fret of the low E string. It's going to go 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And then we want to reverse that down. 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. And when you're practicing this scale, you want to go up slowly and evenly. Now, initially, you may only do downstrokes. When you're first learning guitar, downstrokes are much easier. However, if you can play that with alternate picking, that is the preferred way to do it. And just for my TT crowd over here. Hello. Scooting over here just so you guys can see. Doing the first position of the A minor pentatonic scale. When practicing it, you want to go slow and even. And if you can do it with alternate picking, that is preferred. I also recommend trying variations where you skip strings like this. Start on 5-8, skip a string, go back 5-7, skip a string, and so on. But in the beginning, you just want to try to go up and down the scale. That's the most basic shape. And before you even move on to the additional shapes, it's a good idea to just get used to playing that very evenly. If you have a metronome, I highly recommend using a metronome. If you have the means to create a beat or a loop that is even, that is also more than adequate. So how I would practice this with a chord or even just a click, I could create a simple click like... So again, that is position 1. For TT, let me move this over here. We're focused on position 1 right now. And the chord you can play behind that is anything in A minor, but specifically you could just play a single chord just to practice that position 1 until it's drilled into your brain and it is memorized to the point where you don't have to think about playing it. So let's say you just want to lay down like an A minor pentatonic, or sorry, an A minor chord, A minor 7 chord, like this, and we're just going to loop that nice and even. So those are ways you can practice that scale. You can just lay down a simple chord, just a simple click. You can use a metronome, but you want to get used to playing it evenly. Quarter notes to eighth notes. And you can do triplets. You can also do sixteenths. But it's important to start slow, start where you're at, and memorize that scale until you can play it up and down in your sleep. And once you know the 5 positions, you can always add in the blues note. But I recommend just learning the basic 5 positions first before you add in that blues note. So I'm going to try to move this along a little quicker through the other positions. We're going to move on to position 2 now. Position 2 is going to start on the 8th fret of the low E string. And it's going to go 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. And again, you want to practice it up and down. And this one starts on C. This would be the major position. So if you wanted to have a chord or some rhythm to play along to it, you could just lay down a simple C chord. And again, I'm just going up and down. Okay, so that is the second position. We've got 2 positions now. First position, second position. Now we're going to move on to the third position, position 3 of the minor pentatonic scales. Again, there's 5 positions. Most people only learn the first one. I recommend every guitar player learn all 5 and learn how to go up and down them and transition between them. So the next position is going to start on the D. It's on the 10th fret of the low E string. And it's going to go 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 10, 12. And again, in the beginning, I just focus on getting the pattern down. Don't worry about if you have to alternate pick or do single downstrokes. Just get the patterns down so you can play it without looking at your hands. And feel out the fretboard in your mind as you do it. Now again, position 3 is on D. In that key, you could play like a D minor 7 if you want to make it a little interesting and practice soloing over it. So let's do that. There we go. So that is position 3. Definitely a different feel than the first 2. So now we know 3 positions of the minor pentatonic scales. Let's go on to position 4. I'll scoot this over just a little bit here. Okay, so position 4 is going to be on the 12th fret. And it's going to go 12, 15. I'm sorry, it's going to start on the low E string, 12th fret. You could also play this in the open position. We'll play it both ways, but first in the 12th fret position, we're going to go 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 13, 15, 12, 15. And we're just going to commit that to memory. We're going to play it up and down as many times as we need to until we can play it without thinking about it. Okay, so that's position 4. It's on the E. So if you wanted to, you could lay down maybe an E minor 7. Or again, just a simple click, but let's try E minor 7 over that position. So once we have that committed to memory, we can transfer that to the open position, which would be like this. 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 1, 3, 0, 3. So now it comes to my favorite position. Sorry, so we just wrapped up position 3. If I misspoke at any point, that was position... Oh, sorry, that was position 4. E is the position 4 at the 12th fret and open. And my favorite position, to be honest, is not the A minor pentatonic in the first position. It's position 5, which is the one right before it. And we're going to play this one in the lower position, but obviously you can play this 12 frets up as well, starting on fret 15. But we're going to play it down on fret 3 of the low E string, position 5 of the minor pentatonic. It's going to go 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. commit that to memory. Okay, so now we have our fifth and final scale in the 5 positions of the minor pentatonic. That one is on G. So if we wanted to practice with a G over that, we could. Okay, so there we have it. We have all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. And what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to actually shrink this down just so we can get a better dimension of what's happening. Everyone, thank you so much for coming in today. If you are looking for advice on guitar, I do offer a free discovery call through my website. You can book, my calendar is out there, meeshproductions.com/lessons. If you want to book a free discovery call with me, or if you're interested in working with me for lessons, both options are available on my website, also linked in my profile. Okay, so we've learned all 5 positions now of the minor pentatonic scale. And my advice on how to actually get these down is practice going up one scale and coming down the next. Now, you want to alternate which scale you start on so that you get used to coming up and down the scale from different angles. But let's start in position 1 just to give you an example. I practice going up one scale and I'll come down the next. So starting on position 1 of the A minor pentatonic scale, we're going to go up, we'll slide up into the next position 2, and then we'll come down that one, slide up to position 3, go up that one, and so on. Here we go, position 1. We're going to slide up position 2, come back down. Slide up position 3. Slide up position 4. Slide up position 5. And if you're on electric or you have a cutaway, you can get up to position 1 again in the octave. And now what you've done, you've actually played up and down every scale through one full octave. So I recommend practicing that way and also doing it from the open position up, from the position 4 in the open position. So going up from there and coming down position 1, or sorry, position 5. And then you're back into position 5. Now, my favorite progression to practice soloing in this position is A minor to G to F to G. And yes, there are lots of famous songs, famous rock songs that have this position, or have this progression, I should say. But this is a wonderful progression that you can use, and you can practice any of these 5 positions over this progression. So I'm going to record this progression real quick in a very simple loop, and I'm just going to show you kind of how I would practice running through these positions in a musical way that's not terribly boring, so that you can start to incorporate these for soloing and improvisation. And in the beginning, your improv is going to sound like someone that's just going up and down scales, and that's exactly how it's supposed to sound in the beginning. So don't worry about, why you don't sound melodic like your favorite guitar player. They learned these shapes first before they branched out away from them. TikTok, I see you over there. Thank you so much for the support. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play a quick progression like I mentioned, and I'm going to show you how I would practice these 5 positions. So position 1. Position 2. Position 3. Position 4. Position 5 in the octave. Back to position 1. Now we're in the octave. Okay, so that was just a basic example of how you might use some chords to practice the minor pentatonic scale. That wasn't really a lesson on soloing. It was just simply I was picking a position to go up, solo, and then move up to the next position, solo, just meaning running through the pattern. And running through the pattern, you can hang on a note to vary it. Your solo doesn't have to be fast at all to sound good. In fact, some of the best solos ever are slow solos, like Eric Clapton, David Gilmour, guys that just know how to hang notes out there. So don't think you have to fill that space with more notes. Just get used to getting through the pattern with feel, staying on the beat, even if that means you just do quarter notes. That's what you do in the beginning. Once you commit these to memory, you'll start to experiment with little riffs. You'll make little mistakes where you go outside of the scale and you go, oh, that note kind of worked there. And that's all part of finding your voice. These scales don't give you your voice. They're just kind of like a scaffolding for your voice to, come through. But you kind of have to learn all these structures before you can forget about them. You have to have them so deeply ingrained in you that when you solo, you don't have to think about the shape you're playing. You just think about the tone that's going to come out if you follow a certain path with your fingers. And that's how you get very melodic sounding leads and vocal sounding leads. So that's it for today. This was a quick lesson on the minor pentatonic scale in the 5 positions. I recommend every guitar player learn these. The replay is available at YT. And if you are interested in working with me, again, I do teach lessons. I offer a free discovery call at my website, meeshproductions.com/lessons. I also do have a free ebook out there that is available for download for beginner guitar players. It will get you started on probably your first several months of guitar playing, on what is best, I think, in my opinion, to start with and what to focus on. You can download that free PDF at meeshproductions.com/PDF. Also linked through my profile. Thank you guys today for hanging out with me. Let me just quickly check to see if I missed any inquiries that I need to answer for anyone. Looking good over there. Sue, thank you so much for the heart, me and the dolphin. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you everyone else for hanging with me today. I will be live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. and we'll be back to doing some music tomorrow. So thank you for hanging with me for today, and I will catch you on the next one. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.